This tutorial covers how to create a table of contents and apply heading styles to a thesis or dissertation manuscript. Some general features include: the heading is your thesis or dissertation title, formatted exactly the way it appears on your title and signature pages. Listed is every section that comes after the table of contents, and the page numbers are aligned with the right margin. To insert the table of contents, we go to the References tab and select Table of Contents. This tool is used rather than typing in the table of contents by hand, because doing so results in page numbers not being lined up. Also, by using the Table of Contents tool, you will have the option to automatically update your page numbers as you make revisions to your manuscript. But before you can insert the table of contents, you will need to apply heading styles. Notice how these automatic tables say heading 1, heading 2. That means that the list is generated according to the headings that you have applied throughout your manuscript. The heading styles are located under the Home tab under the Styles section. One method is to start with Chapter 1 or your introduction and methodically move through your manuscript, converting each heading to a heading style. Here, I am selecting my introduction title and I am applying heading 1. But notice how it gave me a different font. We want to modify that heading by right-clicking on Heading Style and going to Modify, and here you can change the font style to match the font of your manuscript text. This manuscript is using Times New Roman 12 point. My headings of the chapters are not bolded, and I am using a black font color. Centered alignment, double spaced, and also make sure that your before line spacing is set to 0 point. If it shows more than 0 points, click on Format, go to Paragraph, and change your line spacing of before paragraph to 0. This updates Heading Style 1 to match the style of your chapter titles. Next, go to your next heading. Now you can select your next chapter title and click on Heading 1 to designate it as a chapter title. For Level 2 headings, select the heading, then go to Heading 2 and click on it to assign the heading style. Make sure to right-click, go to Modify, and update the font and the formatting to that of your manuscript text. Times New Roman, 12 points. This one is bolded, so I'm leaving it on bold. Change the color to black. Make sure it's left aligned, double spaced, and click OK. The third heading is going to be heading level 3, so I'm selecting the heading, clicking heading 3 to apply, and then right-clicking to go to Modify. A shortcut would be to simply select the heading, right-click on the target heading style, and choose Update Heading to match selection. This takes the font and the line spacing that you had already applied to your text, and it applies it to the heading style. Make sure to apply heading styles to each heading that you would like to appear in your table of contents. Some fields of study use a numbering system for their headings. For example, Chapter 3, the first subsection is designated as 3.1. Then the next subsection is 3.1.1, and so forth. To apply a numbered system to your headings, choose the multi-level list. This is located next to your bulleted options. Under the list library, choose the numbered and heading option. And notice how this will automatically apply numbers to each one of your heading styles under the Styles menu. It will also automatically add numbers to any heading that you have previously designated. You can select your subheadings, designate as heading 2 or heading 3 as needed, and it will automatically apply the numbers. If you have any manually typed numbers, just simply backspace to delete. After you have applied heading styles to each of the headings in your manuscript, including your appendices and references or bibliography, you can return to the Table of Contents page to insert the table of contents. First, delete any text that you have manually typed. Go to the References tab, Table of Contents, and select one of the automatic built-in table options. This inserts a table of contents based on all of the heading styles you have applied throughout your manuscript. If you have a default heading that Microsoft Word inserted, make sure to delete that heading and then preview your list for any errors. If you are missing sections, such as your list of tables and list of figures, simply go to the list of tables and assign a heading style. Heading 1. Same for your list of figures. Apply heading 1 so it appears in your table of contents. Then click on Update Table, Update Entire Table to pull in any missing sections. If you have any sections that are not supposed to be in your table of contents, such as a paragraph text, go to the page where that text appears and make sure to update that paragraph to be normal style only, not a heading style. Then return to your table of contents, select the table, Update Table, and choose Update Entire Table. If you have any text in your table of contents that is not the same font style as your manuscript text, select the table lines and then update your font using the font options on your Home tab. Lastly, if you have any lines that run close to the page numbers, you want to adjust the stop point of these lines by adding indentations to your table of contents. Select the table of contents lines, go to paragraph options either by opening the paragraph dialog box or simply by right-clicking and going to paragraph. Here you can change your indentations. The right indentation will limit the stop point of long lines. Set the right indent to 0.3 and click OK. And this automatically adjusts the stop point of the lines. If you make any revisions to your manuscript text, you can always update the page numbers automatically by choosing Update Table and Update Page Numbers Only. And this concludes the tutorial on Table of Contents. Next up, creating the list of tables and list of figures.